السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Welcome back, dear brothers and sisters. Going forward, we're doing inshallah class number 28 today, and continuing from our previous class where we were learning about Masdar. So Masdar in English it means verbal noun. So we know Masdar is a noun which represents an action which does not have a doer or a time attached to it. It just represents an action. In English, we put ing to the word, and in Arabic, what we got different patterns. So what we're going to learn is we are going to learn certain different patterns with which we can recognize that the word what we are reading is a masdar and how it can be related to the sentence. So we're learning our first pattern, which is fu'ul. So if we done some examples where it is sajada, sujudun, there's a typo error here. Raka'a, ruku'un. Jalasa, he sat. Julusun, sitting. Kharaja, he went out. Khurujun, so going out. So if we do certain examples, so how to use these in a sentence, because of masdar is, even though it has a sense of verb in it, but it is a noun, which means it declines. It is mu'rab, it can be marfu, mansub, majroor, it can be mubtada, it can be khabar, it can be mudaf, mudaf ilayhi. So let's do certain examples so we can analyze. So mata ar-rajulu ba'da ar-ruju'i min al-hajj. So mata means is past, which means he died. So who died? The fa'il is the rajul, the man died. Ba'da, so if it's fatha, we get zarf. Ba'da rajuli, ba'da ruju'i, so after returning. So where did he return from? Ruju'i min al hajj, returning from hajj. So mata rajulu ba'da ruju'i min al hajj. So ruju'un is your masdar, but that can, because it's a mudaf ilayhi which comes after zarf, so it can take a kasra and it can have al. So let's do another examples. يدخل الطلاب الفصل قبل دخول المدرس ب5 دقائق. So here يدخل, دخل يدخل is the فعل مضارع, where is the fa'il? الطلاب, with the students entered. الفصل, so the class. قبل الدخول, before entering. So قبل دخول, so why it is one tanween, one kasra here, because it's turning into itself the mudaf. So then we have the dukhulil mudarrisi, entering of the teacher, bi-5 دقائق, by 5 minutes. So the students entered the class before entering of teacher by 5 minutes. So here we got dukhulun as a masdar, but here it is dukhuli. So another example, qala lana tabibu. So we have learned before that qala lana, this is the style in Arabic where you use jar majroor before the fa'il. So qala lahu Muhammadun, so qala, Muhammad said to him. So lahu, lana or lahun, that will come first before the fa'il. So qala lana tabibu, tabib told us, the doctor said to us. So now we can understand which is the fa'il and which is not the fa'il. Al julusu huna, sitting here. Ma'al maridi, so al julusu is mubtada. So huna is your zarf, but it is becoming part of mubtada here. So sitting here, ma'al maridi, with the patient, is mamnu'un. So mamnu'un is your khabar, but the whole part of this forms a part of a mubtada. So al julusu is your masdar. So see, as-su'udu, as-su'udu, the typo error here. As-su'udu ala al-jabal. Su'udu means climbing, climbing upon mountain. Sa'abun is, it is difficult. One nuzulu minhu, and getting down from it. Sahlun is easy. So here we got two masdars here. As-su'udu, one nuzulu. These are the masdar. Here it's coming up as a mubtada. أحب. أحب means I love. We haven't done the construction of this, but you've done this فعل before, which means I love. أحب يحب يحب تحب تحب أحب نحب. So أحب is I love. So what do I love? ركوب الخيل. So here it is ركوب. So again, there's a typo error here. So a lot of typo error in this session here, unfortunately. So ركوب الخيل, the riding of the horse. Horse riding, you can say. So here ركوب or ركوبة is your masdar. So that's how the masdar can be identified. So that's one pattern. So inshallah, we're going to do another pattern which will help us to understand the different types of masdars. So another pattern what we have is called fa'alun. This is another pattern. So fa'ulun and fa'alun. So if you say fataha, he opened. Fathun, it's opening. It can also call it victory as well. Fahima, he understood. It's fahmun. Fahmun. Fahmul Quran is the understanding of Quran. So fahmu is your mudaf, but it's a masdar, and al Qurani will be your mudaf ilayhi. So fahmul Qurani. Qatala will be qatlun, killing. Nasara will be nasrun. Nasara, he helped. Nasru means helping. So what we're going to do is, based on this pattern, so we're going to see how these patterns are used in the Quran. So if you bring this ayah from Surah Nasr, it says إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ. So إِذَا is a harf shart. We're going to do it later on, inshallah. So which means when. So after إِذَا, what you need to know is just a past tense comes, but it gives a meaning of present tense. So إِذَا جَاءَ. جَاءَ is a فعل ماضي, which means it comes, or he comes, or it comes. Here we're looking for the fa'il. So as we know, masdar, because it's an ism, so it can be a fa'il, it can be a mubtada, it can be a khabar. So here we see nasru with dhamma. So here nasru, ja'a is the fa'il, and nasru is your fa'il, which is a masdar, and fa'il wa huwa mudaf, and Allahi, word Allahi azza wa jal is your mudaf ilayhi. So when comes the help of Allah, or helping of Allah, that's what it means. Nasrullahi wal fath. So wow is ataf, al fath. So we need to see al fath is your again masdar, because with an al. So why we got al is because the word. So we know after wow what comes is mawtufun ala. So it's mawtufun ala nasr. So we need to see if the nasr is definite. So because the word Allahi is definite, nasr is also definite, and we have got wow, and what comes with wow is mawtufun ala, which is connected. So al fathu is equal to al. So what does it mean? So it's here when the victory of Allah has come and the conquest. So إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ. So when the help of Allah. So when the helping of Allah. So the different ways how the different translations we can find the different words. So here we've used victory and the conquest, but you can see literal meaning, it will be the helping and the success. Wal fath. So when this comes, so what happens when the help of Allah and the conquest comes? And the verse continues, وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. Let's analyze this. So we have done this verb ra'a, yara, ra'aita. Ra'aita means and you see. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ. So there is a lot of deep analysis which can be done with these types of fa'il, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the past tense to give kind of more emphasis to a sentence. So here, so ra'aita is fa'al madi, So an-nasa here, ta is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Here ta is the fa'il, anta, which represents Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and an-nasa is your maf'ul bihi. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ, and you will see the people. يَدْخُلُونَ, so يَدْخُلُونَ is your فعل مضارع, which means entering. So who are entering? دخل, he enters. يدخل, he is entering. And يدخلون, they are entering. So واو represents whom, and this whom goes to يدل على الناس. So they are entering في دين الله. So we've done that. Allah Ta'ala with dakhala. So Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala uses fi when it is an idea. So we know deen is an idea, that's why the fi is used. If it is a physical space, then fi is not used. So وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ is your jar majrur, وَهُوَ مُضَاف دِينِ, and Allah is your مضاف إليه, in the deen of Allah, في دين الله. What is this? أفواجا. So we have done recently hal, which is mubakkiran, mutaakhiran. So here afwajan is they will be entering as crowds. In what condition? As lots of crowds. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. So you see the people entering religion of Allah in multitudes. This is one of the translations you will get from Dr. Mohsin Khan. So this is how now we understand the Masdar, the hal, the mudari', the madi. Subhanallah. So going forward to our fa'al madi and fa'al mudari'. So what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to use different mudari' in a different situation. For example, say kataba, and how to negate mudari'. So if you see madi, we have learned that kataba is a fa'al madi, which means he wrote. So kataba Ahmadu darsa. So Ahmad wrote the lesson. But if you want to negate the mudari', we know that we use ma. Ma kataba Ahmadu darsa. So Ahmad didn't write the lesson. He did not write the lesson. But how do you negate the mudari'? Ukhti tadrusu bil jamia. So my sister, she studies in the university. So if you want to say she does not study, what do you say? We bring la. Ukhti la tadrusu. So here we need to understand that la comes at a different forms and gives different meanings when the fa'al is marfu and majzoom. So here we need to realize that the la is coming in front of a marfu form of fa'al. So how do we know tadrusu is marfu? Bi damma. So we say tadrusu is fa'alu mudari'un marfu'un bi damma. So when the la comes in front of marfu fa'al mudari', that means it's telling he does not, or you negate the fa'al mudari'. You negate the sentence. Ukhti la tadrusu bil jamia. She does not study in the university. Another example. Ana ashrabu shaya. So we know ana ashrabu shaya. So I am drinking tea. But if you say I'm not drinking tea, so you say ana la ashrabu shaya. So la ashrabu. So the la and ashrabu, the fa'al will remain same. It will remain marfu. It doesn't change. So that means it's negation. So there's another type of la which will make the change the fa'al. So we're going to learn it later on. So what is that type of la called? But here it's called la nafiya. So la nafiya. So that is how you let's do some more example. So if you say la'ibna, so we know la'ibna is we played kurat al-qadmi al-yawma. So it's a past tense. We played the football today. So how do we negate the past tense? We use ma la'ibna kurat al-qadmi yawma. So we did not play. But for mudari' we have got la. Yaktubu Ahmadu darsa. So yaktubu is fa'il mudari' marfu' bi damma, and ayna fa'ilu is Ahmadu. So we do it is damma, and ad-darsa. So Ahmad wrote the lesson. So if you want to say Ahmad did not write the lesson, say لا يكتب أحمد الدرس. Ahmad did not write. Ahmad does not write the lesson. So أبي يذهب إلى السوق كل يوم. So my father, he goes to the shopping mall every day. So if you say he does not go, so I say أبي لا يذهب إلى السوق كل يوم. He does not go. So this is how you negate the present tense. So these are the examples how you negate the past tense and present tense. Hope you remember it. So inshallah, what we're going to do is we're going to understand the fa'al, use of fa'al mudari in different situations. If you say بأي جامعة درست يا فيصل, so we're asking in which university do you study ya Faisal. If you want to ask, so in which university are you studying, so here it is studied. Darasta means you studied, so, but you have to say you are studying. You have to say بأي جامعة تدرس يا فيصل. So you know anta means in front of us, tadrusu, yadrusu he studied, tadrusu she studied, tadrusu you studied, adrusu I studied, and nadrusu we study. So here tadrusu you are studying. So if say another examples, ana dhahabtu ila suq, I went to the suq, to the shopping mall. So if you want to say in mudari'a, I am going to, so we say ana adhabu, I am going to, I am going to the shopping mall. So what is it? At-tullabu kharaju, the students they left from the class. Minal fasli. At-tullabu kharaju, so it's past, they left. So if you say the students are leaving, so you have to say at-tullabu yakhrujuna, so they are leaving. At-tullabu yakhrujuna minal fasli. Again if you see ghasala al-waladu wajhu bis-sabuni wajhahu. So here ghasala is means he washed. So who washed? Al-walad, the boy washed. Wajha is the face, but here is wajhahu, his face. So the boy washed his face with sabun, with sabun. So if you say he is washing, we say yaghsilul. Say yaghsilul waladu wajhahu bis sabun. So this is the use of different types of fa'al mudari under different situations. So now going forward, we're going to do lesson number 11 from Madina book 2 inshallah. So lesson number 12, ad-darsu thani ashara. So ad-darsu thani ashara, thani comes from ithnain. So again here the discussion between husband and wife, Hamid and Ahmad. So Hamid, he comes home and he asks his wife, ماذا تفعلين يا أحمد. See, يا أحمد. So after ya, if it is mudaf ilayhi, it will become mansoob mudaf. So ya Ahmada. And why it is Ahmada with fatha? Because Ahmadu is diptot mamnu' min as-sarf. That's why mudaf ilayhi, even though it is majroor, it will have fatha. So he is asking maza taf'alina, what are you doing? Taf'alina means fi'l mudari' marfu'un bi subut nun. So we know the noon aata hai, noon jata hai group. So here the noon represents marfu and ya is the fa'il, so which represents anti. So what are you doing? Ya Ahmada. So Ahmada, she replies, abhasu anid dawa'a alladhi akhastuhu min al-mustashfa ams. So bahatha means he looked. Yabhasu means he is looking. So and we know bahasa, it always comes with an. So they always read it. So yabhasu, tabhasu, tabhasu, abhasu, nabhasu. So find in your pocket. So if you say abhasu means I am looking. So abhasu always comes with an. They're always connected. So I'm looking for. That's how it will be translated. I'm looking for an dawa'i. So you know an is your harfjar and ism majroor ad dawa'i. And alladhi is your ismu mawsula, types of naat. So which dawa? The one which. So I'm looking for a medicine, the So the one which أخذته. So what is أخذ is فعل ماضي. أخذت, أخذت means I took it. I took, and who is your مفعول به. So الذي is your اسم موصولة and أخذت is your صلة الموصول. So فعل ماضي and who is your مفعول به. من المستشفى الأمس. So مستشفى is actually مذكر word. So من المستشفى أمس. So I'm looking for medicine which I brought it from hospital yesterday. So again Hamid says, oh, that one. هو على المكتب في غرفتي. So here it is a simple sentence. We have done this so many times. هو is مبتدا, على المكتب is your جار مجرور شبه جملة خبر. It is on the desk. في غرفتي is again more information. So في is حرف جر, غرفتي is your اسم مجرور وهو مضاف, and يا is your مضاف إليه. So there are 3 letters in this, 3 words in this, 2 words. It looks like 2 words, but there are 3 words. كيف حالك اليوم. So we know Hamid is talking to Ahmada, so it will be كيف حالك. كيف حالك, how are you. اليوم is today, how are you today. لعلك اليوم أحسن. So what does it mean here? See, we know لعل is من أخوات إن. So إن, أن, كأن, ليت, لكن, لعل. So it will have an ism and khabar. So ka is your ismu لعل. So لعلك اليوم. So اليوم is your ظرف, and أحسن is your actually khabar. So it's marfu. Why أحسن has single dhamma, which means it is mamnu min as-sarf. So أحسن, I hope you are today better. So Ahmad replies, نعم أنا اليوم أحسن. I am today better. Walhamdulillah. متى تذهبين. متى تذهبين إلى المستشفى. So here we need to see that if you are asking about future, when you are asking questions, so we don't use sa. So here it means when are you going to hospital. متى تذهبين. تذهبين فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون. So we can see the noon there, and ya is the fa'il. So mata is harf istifham. So Ahmad replies, سأذهب. See, now the sa comes. So it is harf istiqbal. So it is about future, mustaqbil. سأذهب, so I will go. So بعد ساعة, after an hour. See, ساعة, it is indefinite, which means it is indefinite. So we translate as بعد, after an hour. So سأذهب, I will go after an hour. Inshallah. This is a very important. أذهب is your fa'il, and inshallah, whenever you use harful or a jumlatul istiqbal, so you should always use inshallah. It's a command from Allah. Let's move forward. So Hamid says, ma'a man tadhhabina. So ma'a is with, man means whom, with whom are you going. It's asking tadhhabina again, fa'il mudari marfu'un bi thubuti nun, ya is the fa'il which represents anti. So Ahmad says, sa'adhhabu ma'a Ahmada. So again Ahmada is your mamnu' min as-sarf, that's why it is not kasra. So I will go with Ahmada, which is his son, her son. The sa is your harful istiqbal, and your adhabu is fa'il mudari marfu'un bi damma. So Hamid says, أتعرفين أتعرفين الطبيبة التي ذهبت إليها أنت. So let's analyze this one. So you know, is your harf istifham. عرف يعرف is the fa'il. عرف, he knew. يعرف, he knows. And he says, he's asking anti, he says تعرفين, do you know. So asking whom do you know is الطبيبة, the doctor. Do you know the doctor? التي. So طبيبة التي, so it is the اسم موصولة, I mean صلة اسم موصولة, which is the describing the doctor. Allati. That's why it is muannas. So zahabat. So the one whom you, again silatul mawsul is your zahabati ilayha. So whom you went to her yesterday. Do you know the doctor whom you saw yesterday, or whom did you go to yesterday? That's the fa'il mudari' and fa'il madi. So Ahmed says, Naam, a'arifuha. So you see, so did you know? She says, a'arifu. Yes, I know her. A'arifuha. A'arifu is your fa'il and ha is your maf'ulun bihi. Ismuha ad-doktor Su'ad, and her name is Dr. Su'ad. Yaquluna. See, yaquluna qala. Yaqulu. Qala means he said. Yaqulu means he is saying. And here yaquluna means they are saying, or they say. Innaha. See, inna yaquluna is fa'il. Inna we know has a ismu inna and khabar inna. So, and those are the people say. So, if the thing to notice here is she says yaquluna, which is whom, but whenever you are giving a statement which includes man and women, so normally use mudhakkar verbs. So here, which means both, so everybody says, so it includes man and women both together. So they say innaha, that she, more definitely she is ahsanu tabibatin, she is the best doctor. Ahsanu tabibatin fil mustashfa, in the hospital. So now Hamid turns to his son. He says, Hamid, Maza taf'aluna ya abna'i. So what are you doing, my sons? So taf'aluna fi'lun mudari marfu'un bi subuti noon, and here waw is the fa'il, and you can see his alamatu mudari is ta, and then if there is ta, then this waw represents antum, and if the alamatu mudari is ya, then that waw represents hum. So he's asking in front of them, antum. So what are you doing? Fa'ala yaf'alu and taf'aluna. What are you doing, my sons? Ya abna'i. So al-abna'u, they say naktubul wajibat. So we are writing. See, kataba yaktubu. So naktubu is fa'il mudari marfu'un bidamma, and al-wajibati, so is your maf'ulun bihi. So why it is kasra? We know maf'ulun bihi is mansub, because you know it is li'annahu jama' mu'annath thalim. So we know it will be al-wajibatu will be marfu, al-wajibati, and al-wajibati will be mansub and majrur form. So here it is mansub even though it is having kasra. So Hamid says atafhamuna durusa jayyidan. Atafhamuna, fahima, yafhamu, and tafhamuna. So tafhamuna is your fa'al mudari marfu'un bi subuti noon. So noon tells us this is the marfu form, and you're asking durusa is your maf'ulun bihi. So are you understanding the lesson? Jayyidan, jayyidan is your maf'ulun mutlaq. Are you understanding it thoroughly? They say na'am. Say na'am, nafhamuha. So we are understanding it. So why ha here? So we have to understand, because it is talking about durusa, it is kullu jama' mu'annas, so it is treated as a single feminine. So that's why it is ha. So na'am nafhamuha jayyidan. Jayyidan is your maf'ulun mutlaq. Walhamdulillah. So walhamdulillah, we have come to our end of our class number 28. So inshallah, so we've learned today about the masdar and the feminine form of mudari', and how to use different mudari' and how to negate the sentence of mudari'. Inshallah, we will continue again our next class. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.